Welcome to the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast, your one-stop shop for television, movie, video games, comic books, book reviews, and more. Now, without further ado, here's Steven and Mike.
You talk first. I talk first.
Oh, sorry about that.
Spoiler alert! Even though we're really talking about a trailer. Welcome, everybody, to Two Geeks and a Microphone show. We are so glad that you're joining us. I am your co-host, Mr. Stephen Boster, along with my illustrious co-host, Mr. Michael Shakes. Mike, say hey to everybody.
Good morning to all you geeks out there in Geekdom Land.
All right, so we are hanging in there, everybody. If you have caught our episode previous episode talking about Book of Boba Fett, we are under the weather, and but we are motivated, dedicated,
under the weather, drugged up,
something like that. Yes. So, but there's some things we want to talk about. Obviously, catch our Boba Fett episode. We love Boba Fett and enjoy it. But today, for this episode, I'm excited because we're talking about Moon Knight. The trailer came out.
You know, it's pretty appropriate that here, let me play our little thing again.
So who talks first? You talk first. I talk first.
It's pretty appropriate that we have that sounder for this trailer, by the way.
Yes, Oscar Isaac
that's right.
is the lead in Moon Knight. We'll get to all of who he plays. Excuse me. Sorry, everybody. We'll probably be coughing through this episode and stuff, so I apologize now. It's a trap. So we want to talk about it. We want to talk about Moon Knight. We want to talk about the comic. We want to talk about just our thoughts about it. We got announced that they were doing Moon Knight, and Mike, I remember we long time ago had a discussion about Moon Knight. And in one of our episodes, I can't remember which one, but we were equating Moon Knight to kind of like Batman, weren't we?
Yeah. So, okay, I've heard that all right. Now I gotta admit, I'm not the biggest Moon Knight expert. In fact, I really didn't know anything about this character until like a couple years ago. And I've always heard Moon Knight compared to Batman. Now, I've been buying the comic books, the latest comic books anyway.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. I've got issues 1 through 5, I think.
Everybody support us on Ko-fi, because evidently we need to be paying for Mike's comic subscription service. All the extra stuff you've been buying lately.
Somebody needs to. No, I saw this was coming out, and I wanted to kind of read up on it a little bit.
Sure, absolutely.
And learn a little more about the character, because I don't know a whole lot about Moon Knight. But anyway, I've got issues 1 through I think 5. I probably have more than that as soon as I get back to the comic book store and look at my pull. I'll bet there's more in there. I'm missing issue 3. For some reason, I started getting them after they came out, and for some reason, issue 3 I can't find anywhere. No, none of the comic book shops around me have it. They've sold out of issue 3. So whatever the heck happens in that issue, everybody's buying that up for some reason. So apparently it's going to be worth some money.
Excuse me. Huh.
But yeah, I've heard him compared to Batman. And me reading the comic books, the only thing I see that's really comparable to him and Batman is just the fact that one of his personalities is rich. Okay, so I guess that is comparison to Bruce Wayne, and then of course he leads a double life. Well, in his case, he leads like a quadruple life.
Right,
he's more than one. More than
yeah.
two.
So just so everybody knows, he's got dissociative identity disorder, so multiple personality disorder.
Right. I apologize. My eyes are itching.
No, that's all right.
Anyway, So that's the only thing I can really quite grasp where he's compared to Batman. Um, I don't know. I still kind of tend to compare him a little closer to Doctor Fate in a way. And
Oh, okay.
if you're a
Okay.
Moon Knight fan who's really sold on the idea that he's comparable, he's the Marvel Batman, you can chime in and tell me, okay, this is why he's comparable to Batman because I just don't see that much. I don't see
You
much
see
of
it more closely to Doctor Fate.
I see it a little closer to Doctor Fate. Now,
Okay.
there's still a lot of differences between him and even Doctor Fate,
Okay.
but, um, but I don't know, you got the whole Egyptian god thing, he's kind of out of his mind, and Doctor Fate, if you put on the Doctor Fate mask, you lose your mind because the Egyptian god takes over, so there's some similarities there. The Egyptian god is kinda using the character for his benefit,
Mhm.
and I don't know, I see a lot more similarities to Doctor Fate than I do Batman, but somebody can correct me if if I'm not getting it.
Sure. No, that's okay. That's okay. So, I I remember being in a comic book shop and picking up a Moon Knight comic and going, "Ooh, this guy looks really cool. I like how he
Yeah.
looks. The art was great." And but I didn't pick it up, and I don't remember why or why not and stuff. So, I just kind of disappeared from there. Probably it was one of those things. I got so much stuff in my pull already. I can't add something else.
Yeah, I
You know what I
understand
mean?
that. I completely understand that.
So excuse me. Sorry. So yeah, so I when they announced that Moonlight Disney Plus is going to do Moon Knight, I was like, ooh, that brought me back to that day of buying that comic or not buying that comic and going, okay, now we get to see what this is.
Oh my
So
gosh, and he looks incredible in the trailer.
they did a fabulous job at how it looks. In with this trailer. And so I do want to talk about the trailer. I don't know if I want to walk through the trailer as much as just talking using the trailer as a bouncing off point to just talk
Uh-huh.
about what we liked and stuff like that. But um, we watched we'd seen the trailer, we watched the trailer. Then earlier we love Emergency Awesome to kind of remind us of things and have those discussions. In the beginning of the trailer, I thought it was interesting how he said that the Rubik's Cube can be a metaphor for how he
Oh,
switches personalities. And I think
right.
it's something important to realize that the main personality of who we're seeing is the Stephen Grant character.
Right.
Um, and I think the main human character, for lack of a better term, the main personality, let me put it that way, is Mark Spector. That's that's probably the main one because we get allusion to that in there when he picks up the phone. Here's the old, rocking the old Motorola flip phone, it
Yeah.
was like Mark, calls him Mark. And where have you
Well,
been?
that tells me that we're probably going to have some flashbacks to a little bit younger days of him, and
Probably.
probably some insight into his DID, his
Hmm.
personality disorder and such. So
Hmm.
that's what I get out of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe he'll be in a back to tank and we'll get flashbacks. Oh
I'm
my
not
goodness.
sure the Marvel universe has a back to tank, but, okay.
Right. 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 That's funny. So um evidently there's more personality things like you just mentioned about the Batman, the Bruce Wayne style, unless that's Mark Spector is the rich one, which I would probably assume.
Okay, I'll be honest, I'm not caught up on reading all the comics. I've just bought them. I've only read, like, a couple of them. So, yeah, I'm still fuzzy on his personalities and who's who, you know,
Hmm.
but they do portray the different personalities in the comic books, and they do get into that a little bit. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not 100% sure which one's actually the main one. So
Hmm.
and anyone who follows any kind of, DID knows that there's one personality that controls
Right.
as they like to say that
Mhm.
they're in the spotlight and they control what's going on.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
oh, Gopher Fluffernut says hi.
Hey. Hey, y'all.
Glad you
Hey,
joined us.
y'all. Yep, glad you're here. I would say, okay, I gotta say this about multiple personality disorder, okay? Um, Years ago, I watched an episode of Matlock, and,
Oh, we talked about this a little bit.
we did, and I want to say, oh, thanks, Go for Not. I lost my voice from coughing so much, and I'm just now getting it back, but it seems I think my wife likes my Barry White voice, kind of a thing, so excuse me, but I am still coughing. But thank you. I appreciate that. She saying, I hope I was feeling better. So thank you. And Mike's been under the weather too. So
Yes.
we both got hit. And we're 2 different states. Go figure.
Steven gave
Hey,
me a computer virus.
I gave you a virus through the computer. That's right. Ha ha ha. So in this episode of Matlock, my undergraduate work is in psychology. And so this incident happened in Matlock where this person the murder ended up being this girl that you didn't think it was, but she had multiple personality disorder. And in that show, they said you can give one personality a sleeping pill and the other personality will wake up. I'm like, what? And so my mom used to love Matlock, so that's why I watched it, and stuff like that. So, but I love me some Andy Griffith. So, um, the he the professor, I went to the professor and he said, yes, he goes, that can happen. That with multiple personality disorders, you put one asleep, the other one will wake up and all. And that just blew my mind. Blew my mind. So within this realm, I think that's kind of interesting that maybe that's some of the thing that may be going on with him with the DID, the dissociative identity disorder, that he is when he falls asleep, maybe something else is happening. And maybe
Right.
that's why we see in the trailer why he has the whole what am I trying to say? He's chained to the bed and stuff. What do you think, Mike?
With him chained to the bed?
Yeah, maybe he's trying to keep. Maybe if he goes to sleep, one of the other personalities wakes up. But then he wouldn't be chained to the
Oh.
bed anymore, though. I guess.
Well, I mean, if he physically chains himself to the bed, he's gonna be chained to the bed no matter what, right?
Well, if one of the other personalities, maybe they know how to untie him or something. I don't know. I'm making this up. But I find it interesting that he talks about he has a sleep disorder.
Right.
And I'm thinking, you got more than a sleep disorder going on, dude.
Yeah, I wonder if him saying he's got a sleep disorder, is that just his way of dealing with the
The
DID?
DID? Yeah, maybe.
Um,
Maybe.
or,
Because what is it?
or go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, what does he say in the trailer? He says something, my waking moments, I can't distinguish between the
Yeah,
times when I'm asleep and awake.
something like that.
Yeah,
Um,
maybe that's the case.
there we go. I was trying to find, another movie on DID, um, Unbreakable with M. Night Shyamalan and Bruce Willis. M. Night Shyamalan's the producer. Uh,
Oh, it's Unbreakable, then Split is the next
Thank
one.
you. Split is the one I was
Split's the
really
next
trying
one.
to think of.
Yeah, and
Um,
Mr. Glass or Glass. Glass is
yeah,
the third one.
Glass, right. Uh,
Mhm.
spoiler alerts for those movies.
Right.
Yeah, in Split, we have, I cannot think of what
James
the character.
McAvoy plays the
Right. Who in the Marvel universe, he he plays, Professor X
Yes,
in the X-Men, in the young X-Men anyway.
correct.
Um, yeah, we get a good look at DID in that movie, which I really liked that movie. I liked it a lot. And in that movie, they highlight the whole different personalities and the ones take the spotlight and they take control over the person
Mhm.
and so on and so forth. And that's kind of what I was getting at earlier. Um,
Okay.
So yeah, I think the whole DID thing is going to be really interesting in this series. Uh,
Mhm.
as
Mhm.
we learn who his different personalities are, what they do, and apparently some of them have abilities. I'm guessing, uh, because just like in Split, his his personality. Well, one particular one in one in particular had a superpower, more or less. Excuse me. So I guess in a way he's going to be kind of comparable to that character.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how they play that out. I'm sure I hope they do 2 episodes because the trailer makes it so, it gets you intrigued. It surely does. Like, "What in the world is going on?"
Yeah, it's
Kind
like
of thing.
everything's flipped upside down, and
Right, and I hope they do drop 2 episodes at a time rather than just 1 because,
I don't think
you
they're
know
going to.
I know, I wish they
We
would,
haven't
but
seen Disney do that yet. N
well, we saw it with, Hawkeye. Hawkeye dropped 2 episodes.
Oh, yeah, they did. That's true. So, I don't know,
Mhm.
maybe you're right. Maybe it will happen.
I don't know.
Will be
It's
2.
a tough call. But anyway, I, um, I love the part where he's in the elevator and all of a sudden this creature is coming towards him, in the elevator. It looks like, another
Oh
mummy
my
wrapped up with a
gosh.
big old funny face. And on now, according to Emergency Awesome, that was Conchu who evidently
Gotcha.
has a psychic connection with him,
Right.
um, somehow to become Moon Knight. So it should be interesting to see how they play that out. I'm interested to see how they play that out.
So, I don't know if I'm allowed to go here. I
Uh-oh.
love that scene. I love that
Huh?
scene with him hunched down in the elevator and fearing for his life because he's seeing the Egyptian god coming at it. Or, well, I guess technically it's not an Egyptian god. He's just something that thinks it's an Egyptian god. At least that's the way I took it from Emergency Awesome's video, anyway. Um, but he sees that Egyptian god coming to him, and then it turns out it's just this poor little lady, like, "What the heck is wrong with you?" You know?
Right.
"Oh,
I love it.
I lost my contact." "Oh,
Yeah,
well, I hope you find it."
right.
Um, so, I'm gonna have a moment here that I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about because it's a comedian who's gotten himself in big trouble over the last several years, but, growing up, one of my favorite comedians was Bill Cosby, and,
Uh-huh.
again, that's why I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this or not.
Well, we'll separate the
Right.
comedy from the guy's life.
So, me and Jason Tessmer, our friend from high school, Jason Tessmer, he and I both went and seen Bill Cosby live in concert in St. Louis at the old arena before they tore
Okay.
it down.
Before they blew it up.
Yeah, before they blew it up, exactly. Um, anyway, we saw him. It was his 49 tour. Bill Cosby was turning 49 years old. And he was talking about getting older and things associated with getting older, and one of those things is getting bifocals.
Oh, okay.
So he goes to the eye doctor, and the eye doctor gives him new prescription and everything, and he says he's coming home and he don't quite know how to use the bifocals. So he goes and gets into the elevator, and he has to step up into the elevator because he sees it as this huge step. And then once he steps up and he puts his foot up, he sees all these little people in the back of the elevator going, "Oh no!" like like he's gonna step on them.
Step on
So
him. That's
I don't know.
funny.
When I saw that scene, that's all I could think of. That's what
That's
came to my head.
funny. That's funny.
And I don't know if it's politically
Where's my
correct or not to
contact?
talk about that, but it was a good
Well,
bit.
that's a whole nother subject. We separate the all through history, we have separated the authors from their material. Um, I mean, you look. There are many different authors who struggled with different things, but you said some of their works we considered incredible. And
Right.
whether or not we may agree or disagree or defend or attack or whatever, the works themselves is what we're discussing. So
Right.
rather
Yeah.
than individual and all. I
And
mean,
that
we
was
could
a
talk
that
Hemingway,
was
we could talk Edgar Allan Poe, we could talk, all these different things of people who had struggles and different things that they had to deal with
sure.
and all. So
But it was a funny bit, and that's what
that's
came to
funny.
my mind when I seen him hunkered down in the corner.
Right. Right.
But I do love that scene, and I love how you see in one instance, you see the Kanju god coming at him, and, the next instance, he's seeing reality, and it's some poor old lady, like, "What the heck is wrong with this guy?"
Right. 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 Hi, Janelle. Welcome.
Oh,
Welcome. Janelle says, too much thinking these days.
yep, I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. 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 All right. Well,
And
with
we're
that,
we're here about having fun, so
that's right. By golly, we're talking about Moon Knight trailer and how awesome it was. Now, I when we finally get to see Moon Knight, now we're just jumping around the trailer, everybody. We're not just, we're we're just talking about what we liked. I loved him in the costume,
oh
and
my
he was pummeling something.
Oh, yeah, now Emergency Awesome says that that is, uh,
Werewolf by Night.
Werewolf by Night. I'd never heard of this character.
I haven't
I
either. I know nothing.
yeah, I'm coming into this completely blind. But apparently Moon Knight appeared in his comic book, and I'm guessing that was probably in the 60s or 70s. It
I think
looks
he said 85.
Oh, was it 85? Okay. All right.
I thought he said that, but
I'm
we
not
don't know for sure. But that's
I'm
okay.
not sure. I'm not sure.
Werewolf by Night had his own comic,
Right. And
and
Moon Knight made an
originally,
appearance that in that.
and wasn't he what was he the villain?
Yes, Moon Knight was, supposed to be a one-off villain from what I understand. Um,
Okay,
but, apparently had a huge reaction. Fans
people
really
love
like
the
Moon
character.
Knight. Well, I mean, he looks freaking cool.
He does.
You
Yeah.
give a character that cool a look, you're really gonna make him a one shot? Yeah. I think
Hmm.
the idea of saying he's a one shot was just, "Okay, we're gonna see how this does," and yeah, and then we'll probably give him his solo show and or solo comic, and
Hmm.
which is
Hmm.
apparently what happened.
Yeah. How are we gonna explain that he was a bad guy? Now he becomes a good guy. Uh,
Oh my gosh,
I,
that happens all the time.
it happens all the time. Well, I think in here with this whole thing with Conchu, who he's the so Moon Knight is the avatar of Conchu, is how we're understanding it briefly about the story. And so therefore, he's neither good nor bad, or he's just selfish, he's out for his own interest. So maybe sometimes it's I want to do this thing or I want to do that thing, who knows? And maybe that's how they transfer him, saying, because Mark Spector then takes over, I guess, and says, no, I want to use these powers for good. And maybe that's what we get and see.
Yeah, I think it's gonna depend on the personality, which part
I,
he's in.
I see what you did there. Personality, multiple personality, which personality?
Okay. Anyway, I'm a little slow on the uptake this morning,
That's
sorry.
all right. I'm a little slow too.
So yeah, I but I think it will depend on which personality he's in. So I don't know, we'll see. We'll see.
I'm interested in the story. I'm interested to see how they play it out. I think the character looks great.
His
The Moon Knight.
eyes.
The
His
oh yeah, the eyes glowing.
I mean,
Kind of.
that's kind of the Batman eyes we've always wanted. You know what I mean? So
Oh right,
maybe
right,
that's similarity in with the
right.
Batman.
Where he's like
You know?
Black Batman. That's funny. I love it. I
Oh my
love it.
goodness.
I do like the eyes glowing and stuff, and I think just it looks like the special effects they're putting into this one are just phenomenal.
Yeah, I got a feeling they spent a lot of money on this show.
Yeah, because
It's
then
cool.
where's you see Ethan Hawke now? Is it just me, or does Ethan Hawke look a little like Kevin Bacon? in that one scene. I thought, is that Kevin Bacon? There's like,
See,
no,
I
it's
didn't get Kevin Bacon. Who did I get? I got more of um oh shoot. Man, I can't think of who it is.
it'll come to you.
Yeah, it'll come to me. That's a penguin is he's swimming around right now.
Right. He'll get back up on the iceberg. Um, the Anyway, Ethan Hawke's character says, embrace the chaos. And then
Right,
all of a sudden you see the scene where you don't know which, you see, Oscar Isaac, the actor, but whether he's playing Stephen Grant or if he's playing Mark Spector, we don't know yet. There's still two other personalities that he could be. But then you see, special effects wise, you see all the wraps, coming around
right,
him and
yeah.
stuff. That looked great.
The
Looked
whole mummy
really good.
look and everything.
A
Yeah.
whole mummy look and stuff. Yeah, I think we'll see a lot of tied in Egyptian mythology probably with this.
Well, I would hope so. I mean,
Yeah.
just by the material that you're delving into, I would hope that you get
Mhm.
the Egyptian mythology on this.
Yeah. Well, according to Emergency Awesome, what did he say that? So Ethan Hawke's character is the avatar for Ra, which Ra is Khonshu's dad,
Right.
and says
Right.
evidently the stories within Moon Knight are all these avatars fighting each other. Kind
Right.
of a thing.
And I've already seen that in the comic book a little bit. There's a second avatar that comes and challenges Moon Knight, and he looks a lot like Moon Knight also. So,
Ooh.
yeah, I'm sure we're gonna get a taste of that in this series. I'm sure that's coming.
Okay. Very cool. Sounds kind of fun. All these avatars fighting each other. I'm interested to see all his powers, like what his powers are. Obviously he can jump tall buildings in a single bound. we we get that whole picture. Here's the crescent moon in the background, and you see him jump, across from building to building. I was like, that's cool. I like that.
That's and I think that's a comic book cover too. I think.
Okay,
So
that probably makes sense and all that.
if it's not the comic book cover, it's like the little icon that Marvel's used for Moon
Mhm.
Knight before.
Now, what powers have you seen in the comics? Have you seen anything interesting? I tell you
Um,
what, I'll be reading up. I'll probably look at what's on the Marvel Unlimited app, and I'll go
yeah,
back and I'll
I would
look
suggest
through.
that. I haven't delved into his powers a lot. Like I said, I didn't get very far in the comics. I really do plan on reading these before the series starts.
Right. Once we hit the series, well, hey everybody, this is just the trailer just came out this week, so we wanted to talk about it, and so we'll
Right.
start doing all this fun research
I mean, I've
before
been
this show
I've
comes
been
out.
planning, but I haven't gotten very far in that. You know what
That's
I'm
all
saying?
right. Was it March 30th? Did they say March 30th?
Wow, is that when it? Yeah, I think so. I you know
Yeah.
I think we're gonna get Boba Fett and I think this will be the next big thing for
After
Disney
Boba Fett.
Plus, right after Boba Fett. So,
Okay.
uh,
Okay.
yeah, man, it looks good. It looks really good. I,
Uh-huh.
man, but I'm telling you, I still compare him to Doctor Fate, um,
Okay.
on the DC
Well,
side.
Dr. Fate was an Egyptian, also
Yeah,
an Egyptian.
he was an Egyptian. He was an Egyptian god. Uh,
Okay.
so yeah, an Egyptian god inhabits the helmet of Doctor Fate. So
Mhm.
anytime anyone puts that helmet on, they go completely insane,
Mhm.
and they are under Doctor Fate's control. So it's not so much
Yeah.
of um, a DID situation as where you just have one person who's controlled, by one singular
Okay. Okay.
Egyptian god. Where
Right
in this
on.
one, we have, by my understanding, is someone who wants to be an Egyptian god. If I'm catching that correctly, he
Mhm.
wants to be an Egyptian god, and he's controlling a person who happens to have DID. That's the
Oh,
way
okay. Okay.
that's the way I look.
Or okay. I wondered if DID was how he was trying to cope with being Moon Knight, but we'll
Well,
see.
I think that might be part of it. I think
Okay.
that could be part of his coping mechanism of,
Mhm.
how he
Mhm.
separates it in his head, you know?
Right. Right.
But
Okay.
that that character is still there, the avatar or whatever. So, and the avatar is what's, I think, controlling him. Again,
Okay.
Moon Knight fans out there, you can tell me I'm wrong. Go ahead.
Right. We're learning and we're excited because we were excited about this trailer. Excited. This Werewolf by Night thing, I was like, "Ooh, what's that?" Having a
That
werewolf.
intrigues me because I love werewolves. So,
Mhm.
and I can't wait to
Mhm.
see what this guy looks like.
Right. Well, and see, my confusion is going to be: is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? Is there a confusion on who should be good and who should be bad? Is there going to be a big team up at the end? Kind of like the whole Boba Fett and Black Chrysanthemum,
Right.
kind of a thing going on.
Well, and with
Um,
the werewolf, I mean, you go back to werewolf stories and like the old monster movies. Um, the man himself isn't necessarily bad. It's just, he has a condition and he changes into a werewolf, and then he kills
mhm,
people by night and, does things that he doesn't even realize he's doing.
right.
So, yeah, I don't know. I think we're gonna have to see how the character develops and see where they go with it. I do think it's gonna be another look into personality disorder, because here you got another character who,
Mhm,
has no clue what he's doing by night, you know?
mhm,
So,
mhm.
and, uh, DID may be his way of looking, you know, registering in his mind also that these things are happening. I don't know. That I'm total speculating because I have no idea. I know nothing other than this character, other than what you and I just watched. So,
Right. Gotcha.
but I do like werewolves, so and
It'll be good.
I think it'll be great to get Marvel's take on werewolves. I know we've had a
Mhm,
little bit of that in Blade, a little. Blade's more
mhm.
vampire, of course, and we're getting a another Blade series, which at first I wasn't excited about, but I think I'm getting more excited about it now.
It seems to me that we are getting on a darker trend, if that makes sense, or a more adult trend with Marvel.
Yeah, I mean, so we've had WandaVision, and we've dealt into the uh sorcerer side, you know,
Mhm. The
um
magic side, the fantasy
magic,
side, you mean?
fantasy, occult side.
Mhm,
So now
mhm,
with, I think with Moon Knight and this werewolf character, we're gonna get into monsters,
mhm.
which I think they're gonna tie into that magic world somehow.
Well, we're
Um,
also getting Morbius.
oh, Morbius looks awesome.
He does look great. He does look good. I'm surprised we didn't talk about that trailer. Um,
Oh, man. Yeah, I can't wait to see Jared Leto in that part.
mhm, mhm.
I did not like Jared Leto as the Joker in the DC
Oh,
side
I
of things.
hated him as the Joker. Not saying he's not a good actor. He is a good actor.
No, I'm not saying anything bad against Jared Leto. I just did not like him as the Joker. Ugh, I just think he's a
Mhm.
terrible Joker.
But I
Um,
tell you what, that trailer for Morbius,
Morbius, he looks fantastic.
yeah.
It's whoa, yeah, I can't wait to see you as Morbius. So
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I am excited about that. So
So
yeah,
th
and then
then
Morbius is delving into that
the
darker
wh the vampire
monster
thing.
vampire. Yep.
Mhm. Mhm.
So
So that's why I say I wonder if Marvel's starting to get a little more adultish rather than, because the Avengers was all bright and boom, ba-da-bum,
that's true. That's true. And what do Marvel fans always complain about the DC side of things? They're always dark and they're always serious. And yeah, well, yeah, it looks like you're heading into that
looks like
territory.
they're heading into that too as well. All right.
Better
Right?
embrace it, Marvel fans. Get ready, it's coming.
It's coming, by golly, you know.
Sure, very true.
Well,
Yeah, I think there's something to be said about that.
I'm it does seem we're moving into a darker realm with Marvel. No, not darker. Let me rephrase that. The fantasy realm, the magic occult realm is coming more into play.
Yep.
We're getting Multiverse of Madness soon,
Right.
and that's, again, multiverse stuff. But anyway, but still dealing with Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange is what? Master of the occult, master of magic,
Sure.
we're getting into that realm.
But see, with
And
Doctor Strange, I think we're still gonna get, just that little Marvel humor that we've always had in
mhm,
throughout
mhm,
this iteration of the Marvel universe. Um,
mhm.
but I don't see it. I really do not see it in Moon Knight. I don't
Well,
see
we did see it,
the
but the whole contact. I think I lost my contact.
Yeah, but even that, I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Excuse me.
DC has its jokes too.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
So
That's
so
true.
tell me again, what's your superpower? I'm rich.
I'm rich. Right.
I mean, you know, or Aquaman and the whole and you dress up like a giant bat. Yeah. Okay.
I dig it.
Alright.
Right.
So, I mean, DC has that too,
They do. They do.
whether you like it
No.
or not.
Mhm. Well, the trailer did get me excited to watch it, to watch the series.
Oh,
I am
agreed,
pumped.
agreed.
Trailer did what it was exactly supposed to do. I'm confused. I'm curious. Excuse me. The effects look great. I think we're only getting Stephen Grant persona in here. And an introduction that what? Why did you call me Mark? Which Mark
Right.
Spector, I think, is the main persona, the original persona. Um,
Now, I think there's a second trailer out because the one you and I just watched, that
Mhm.
didn't have the scene where, uh, he's in a vehicle and high speed chase, it looks like, and he's holding a
It was
gun.
in there.
Oh,
It
was
was in
that
there.
one in there? Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
we were trying to stream it together to watch it, so I think
okay.
it didn't stream it. But all of a sudden, he's holding the gun, and all of a sudden, he's
Gun,
like, "Why am
and
I
he
holding a gun?"
freaks. Yeah, he freaks out
Mhm.
and drops the gun like, "Oh my god,
Well,
I don't
how am I
use
here?
guns.
Yeah,
Where am I?"
yeah.
You know?
And then there's the scene where he's in the center of all these bodies that are laying on the ground, and all these onlookers got big wide eyes and stuff, and he's like, "Look," it has that look, "What just happened?" Kind of
Right.
a
So, yeah, I think there's gonna be a lot of cool moments in this show.
Mhm, mhm. Very much so, very much so. It's gonna be interesting to see. Um, and I tell you what, I would really like to see a new trailer. I already wanna see another trailer that gives me some of his powers. I mean, I'm so excited. The trailer did exactly what I want to see the show. Now I want another trailer. I mean, it's only been what, 6 days since the trailer Monday Night Footballs when it came out. So, I'm just saying I wanna see more and all. Wait, 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 let me do my Barry White voice. "Hey, I wanna see another trailer."
Oh, I think our ratings just went up.
Right.
Keep that up, Steven.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, that's right.
Oh gosh.
Just like that.
Yeah, I don't think
Oh,
my voice gets any deeper when I get sick, so,
yeah. All I can say is I'm just tired of coughing. Man,
you and me both.
it's been over a week. So, I'll tell you what, w with Marvel, with this whole concept of, all this the new Marvel movies and how they always tie up together, do you think I'm coming back to Blade because I really like what you said, that Blade is part of this universe as well. Morbius and then Blade
Uh,
and now we've got Moon Knight, this, with Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange. This whole fantasy realm that's starting to come into play. Do you think they'll cross them over, or will always be just the movies and then just the TV shows?
Okay,
Like,
now is Blade a TV series? Is it a Disney Plus TV series or is it a movie? Because I'm not sure.
I don't know.
If it's a Disney Plus TV series, I think we're going to get Moon Knight possibly crossing over into Blade. And then of course the Werewolf by Night. I'm sure that'll cross over into Blade if it's a
Huh?
Disney Plus series. Now, if it's the movie, I don't know. I'm not sure. With yeah, the other one we were just talking about, the vampire, um, Jared Leto. With that one I know is a movie because that one got pushed back. It was actually supposed to have premiered Morbius. Um, Penguin just climbed back up on the iceberg.
Okay.
I know Morbius is a movie, so we probably won't see Moon Knight crossover with Morbius. But if they're talking about a TV series, I think there's a chance. So you're
Yeah,
saying there's a chance.
there's a chance. All right. Let me hit rumors. 100% rumors, not verified at all. I'm just saying what it is. Just have this. We just do discussions. We're not a news outlet. We have conversations and talk. All right, here we go. Rumor is Blade will make his MCU debut in Disney Plus's Moon Knight.
Bingo. Bingo.
Now, here's the other thing. There's another rumor that it is a Disney Plus show. It is Disney Plus.
Okay, cool.
Rumor is it will release in October.
Oh, nice.
Halloween, baby. Like the
Halloween.
beginning of October. So some are saying it's October. Some say possibly November, but anyway, it will be in the fall.
Now, the only thing bad about Morbius being a movie and Blade being a TV series is I don't know if we'll see them cross over. And I think Morbius and Blade are the two perfect characters to cross over with. In fact, Morbius is a vampire and Blade is a vampire hunter. So,
yeah, that's a classic. We hate each other, we fight each other at the beginning, but then we team up for the big fight
sure.
at the end.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I do like the Blade character. I used to love the Wesley Snipes Blade movies. I thought they were fantastic.
Oh yeah,
He was great.
he was really good.
So that's why at first I was like, I don't know if I want a Blade series because I like those, you know.
Right.
But I don't know. I'm starting to get more excited about the idea, especially if it's going to cross over with Moon Knight and this whole Werewolf by Night character. I think we're in for some good stuff here.
Right.
And I like monster hunting. So
you know, the two main questions are: is the Blade trilogy on Disney Plus? No, I can't imagine putting the Wesley Snipes Blade trilogy on Disney Plus, kind of a thing.
well, like we said, they're delving into some really dark territory here. So
And then some people are saying, is Blade a Disney movie? And they say Blade is an upcoming film. So it's going to be interesting to see. But again, rumors. It's kind of fun to talk rumors. And
well, I know Blade is in the works. I know that's one of the things for this iteration of the MCU. So Blade's coming. I just don't know its platform. That's all.
Yeah, it should be interesting. But here's the thing: if it's a movie, you're not going to see it for 2 years, for sure.
That's true.
If it's a TV show, if they're in pre-production now or in production now, then yeah, we may see it at the end of the year. Maybe. It's hard to say, kind of a thing. So I'm interested to seeing what the release schedule is for Disney Plus shows. Like what's coming next, Marvel wise and Star Wars wise, and what's coming in right after each other. Like, because we moved from from Hawkeye into
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
Now we're gonna go
Yeah.
into Moon Knight.
And yeah, but it seems like there'll be a break. Depends on how many more episodes of Boba Fett we get, though.
Oh yeah, I think there will be a short break, but not too much because Disney needs that little vehicle, to keep people subscribed.
Mhm.
Otherwise,
Mhm.
people are gonna go, yeah, I'm gonna unsubscribe now because Boba Fett's over and Mandalorian's not coming till November, I guess.
Right.
But then again, we got Obi-Wan Kenobi. We got Obi, oh, yeah, the Kenobi series.
Right. The Kenobi series.
Bear with me, people. My head's
That's
like
right. We're on lots of
everywhere.
medications.
Right. Bunch of junk over the counter medications. They're no
Right.
fun either.
Right. Right.
So yeah, we got Obi-Wan coming up too. Um, and I'm not sure the release date on Obi-Wan. Well, we had Matt in earlier, and Matt commented that his guess is going to be May the 4th, which I actually love that idea.
Right.
I think that would be great. So, yeah, I guess if Moon Knight comes out in March, isn't that what we're saying?
Mhm. The
And
end of March, so it goes through April into May, and
yeah,
then take a
and
couple of weeks off, several weeks off, and then
then Obi-Wan Kenobi, and
mhm.
then that goes for 6 episodes, maybe. I
Right,
don't
month
know.
and a half, maybe 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. This is interesting, everybody. It's a good time to be alive. I
Sounds
love
like
it.
they're gonna be, like, just kinda hitting it going, "Okay, you like that? Here, boom, here's another one. Here, you like that? Boom, here's another one."
Yeah.
So, that's what it sounds like
Mhm.
to me they're doing. So, just to
Right.
keep up those subscribers and everything, Disney doesn't wanna lose that.
Mhm. Their
Yeah.
main shows.
And people are fickle.
Mhm.
If they're not getting something consistently, they're gonna turn you off, so,
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
um
I'm almost to the point, speaking of streaming services, I'm almost to the point where just to stay monthly, and then I cancel one for a little bit,
yeah.
and then wait till the shows go on, and then come back, or, because, you know, I watched Cobra Kai, you know? We got an episode upcoming, everybody. We are
Yes,
gonna be talking
we
Cobra
are gonna
Kai,
do
just so you
another
know.
Cobra Kai episode.
But
I love
anyways,
Cobra Kai.
yeah. So we got Cobra Kai in. So I'm like, well, I got my Witcher in. I got Cobra Kai in. They're gonna raise their price, So I'm like, maybe I'll just let it go for a little bit and stuff. So
Understandable,
you
understandable.
know, but I think we do more stuff on about Disney Plus shows that are additional shows and stuff that I'm like, well, I better keep that going, And
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
think
going back into my story that you listen to my gripe earlier about my Disney Plus escapades, which took another turn recently, but I'm gonna save that.
oh,
Yeah. So
uh,
yeah.
I haven't heard this one.
Well, I got to figure it out first, see what's going on. It affected my Hulu because I think when it signed me up or re-signed me up, it re-signed me up for Hulu and ESPN bundled with Disney Plus. Well, I already have Hulu, so
Oh,
it's
man.
messing up my whole payment thing and all
So
that.
you're
So
paying twice for Hulu now?
I don't know. That's why I got to check out. I hope not. I
Oh,
hope not.
that sucks.
I just saying. Just
See,
saying.
you should have done what I did from day one. You should have went for the 3-year deal.
I didn't get the 3-year deal like you did. I got the 1-year deal.
That's why I
Then
said you should have went with the 3-year deal.
I didn't know there was a 3-year deal. Anyway, just saying. Just saying. That's all I got to say
That's
about
all
that.
I got to say about that.
All
Gotcha.
right, but anyway, okay, Moon Knight trailer. Loved it. Loved it. I give it 5 out of 5 full moon phases.
For a trailer, I'll give it 5 out of 5 too. It was a good trailer,
It did.
and
It made me want to see it. It made me want to watch the show.
I honestly know nothing about this character, so yeah, I'm like I saw it and I went, "He looks cool." Um,
Mhm.
yeah, I wanna see this, so
Yeah. Well, we want to do everybody, thanks for joining us for this, because we wanted to talk about the trailer, but we don't know a lot about it, but it made us want to know more. And that's what makes a good trailer.
Agreed. 100% agreed.
So I am excited. So next time we talk about Moon Knight, when we get to the Moon Knight show, everybody, you will know that we have probably read up on the history, read up on the comics, so we can talk about maybe some Easter eggs that may be in the show that we would have missed. Because obviously there's some Easter eggs in this trailer that we don't know about yet. So because we don't know the story of Moon Knight, but hopefully we can bring that to you guys and help educate you guys on that. Edutain you. Edutainment. Educational entertainment. Edutainment. And so we'll just have a great time with it and stuff like that. So
there's a YouTube channel I watch. Well, I don't watch it a lot because I I'm bad about my YouTube videos. Okay.
That's all right.
Tend to anything that's over 20 minutes, I tend to go, yeah, I'll watch that later because it's too long.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But there's a guy, he does a channel. I can't remember what it's called, but it's learning through comic books.
Oh,
And
cool.
he's like, he studied to be a lawyer, so he does some really in-depth research on all these different comic book characters and stuff, and how different characters kind of collide with life, and it's an interesting channel. Anyway, but his videos tend to last an hour or more, and I'm always like, yeah, I just don't. I can watch like 4 other videos before in the time I can watch this.
Right. Attention spans are changing. Of course, we've already gone 50 minutes for this episode, so just saying.
Hey, that's nothing compared to our anniversary episode. We are over 2 hours.
2 hours for our anniversary episode. If you guys missed it last week, we did our 1-year anniversary. We talked about our journey, what we do with the podcast, and how we did it. But then we had our special guest. Second hour was really our special guests. Right. The people that had come back to congratulate us on one year, and it was just a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. So make sure and go back and listen to that one. See, now podcast, I tend to listen to podcast in longer formats.
Yeah.
Than I do YouTube videos. YouTube videos, I've got a short attention span.
Right. Maybe that's what we should be doing, is trimming up our
videos,
our simulcast, our restream casts, and breaking those up and put them on YouTube. All right,
maybe
everybody.
I'll watch more of them.
Maybe. That's funny. So, hey, everybody, thanks for joining us. I'm going to wrap up this because we've been talking about the good old Moon Knight trailer, and we are excited to see it. Let us know your thoughts. Comment below. And let us know how you feel about it, what you think, any opinions that you may have about Moon Knight. We're excited. I didn't know much about him, and we're gonna beef up on learning because we want to see the show and talk about it.
He looks cool.
It looks really good. It looks really good. All right. Well, with that, Mike, you want to sign us out for this episode?
Yeah. Just remember that you can always visit us on the web at the number 2 geeksmike.com, and that is, as we say, our hub to everything in the geekdom. So you can get to our Facebook page, our Ko-fi page, our Twitter page, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook.
Yeah,
I think I might have said Facebook twice. Anyway,
that's all right.
And our merch page. If you'd like to get some 2 Geeks merch, like mugs, t-shirts, we got all kinds of stuff. Please check us out. So, with that said, we will see you next time, and over and out, and may the Force be with you. Thank you for joining us today on the 2 Geeks and a Microphone podcast. Tune in next week when we will have more news and reviews. Until then,